Welcome adventurers to Never Alone, or Kisima Ingitchuna, a game about a girl and an Arctic fox who venture out on a journey to learn about what is threatening their people. Never Alone is not just a game though, it is rather playable culture. The story, art style and setting of the game is inspired by the culture of the Inupiat, an Alaskan Native people. The game was designed and developed in collaboration with elders, storytellers, teachers and other members of the Inupiat community, and thus promises an authentic insight into the living environments and culture of these people. If you are interested in more background information about the Inupiat or the making of the game, you can check out the game's homepage. I will put a link into the description. There you can find an introduction to all the team members, short documentary films about the making of the game, and additional art and information. Many of these films are also incorporated into the game as collectibles, so I hope we will come across a lot of them anyways. As they are an integral part of the game, I will play them as we find them, even though you might think they break the immersion of the gameplay. The game is also narrated by an Iñupiat elder, who is much better in doing what he is doing than I am, thus I try not to talk too much myself, so that we can enjoy the game as it is meant to be played. The Inupiat are an Alaskan Native people who have thrived for thousands of years in one of the most formidable environments on Earth. And here you can see what I meant earlier when I mentioned that we can collect the documentaries. They are called Cultural Insights, and we already unlocked 2 of them. But I think we will watch them when we find the first one in the game. So let's continue for now.
Unipkaaqutiarsiikpin taalaqanilaqannasuk unipkaaqtuaq qaaviuraqama niviaqsiaqarualuguuq iñuuniaqaneqsuq angayoqaagamani sumitaimma niviaqsiaqarualuk anguniallatuneqsaq aasiisuraqallavluni supayaanik. Iñuuniahutin anuqqautigais anuhulingailliaqsuq anuhulingailliaqpaalluni kisaimma panirnialiaqsivut niviaqsiaqalualuk kisaimma isummeqtoq tavraasi kangitsaquaqsigaassumman anuhulisuurugumagaan summan anuhulingailliaqamagaan tavraasi kangitsaquaqsigaassumman anuhulisuurugumagaan.
Oh, and we found another inside, the SCRIMSHAW. So I think it's a good time to watch the 3 that we unlocked already. Yeah, there we go.
One of the things I think a lot of people need to understand is we aren't a museum piece. The Inupiat people are a living people and a living culture. Even though we're in northern Alaska, which covers this vast area from Nome all the way over the Canadian border, is that there's this extreme value of interconnectedness and interdependence.
It's a hunting society, a gathering society from thousands of years.
This is what creates our culture.
That special relationship between humans and the natural world and the animals, and that it teaches you how to have a society that doesn't do too much harm to the world.
Love and respect for nature, for one another, for our elders. Very, very fundamental value, key to life.
Our values are something that bind us all. The importance of sharing with one another, the importance of spirituality and the connection to the land, our traditions, how we hunt, sharing of stories and songs and dances.
I'm Inupiat. I'm from the Arctic Ocean.
I am Inupiat.
It's very important to me. It's who I am as a person.
And we're very proud of who we are, and we want to continue that.
It'd be busy, busy, busy all through the day. You get up and you just go right to work, right to work.
There was always something to do. There was never any idle time. The only idle time we had was after we eat and before we go to bed.
One of the older people would just be relaxing, laying down there and saying, it'd be really nice to hear a story. And then just organically, someone would just start telling a story.
Storytelling for the Inupiat people is very important because it not only created that sense of community, but is a way to pass on wisdom to the next generation.
It was like TV, It was just like, it was as good as any movie you've ever seen. And the storyteller told it so clearly that it was just as powerful as any of the greatest movie blockbusters you've ever seen.
There was a reason behind the stories that we were told because they held traditional knowledge. They held things that we might need to know in life, whether it was about how to find food or how to survive, or it was about well-being and the importance of connecting with people and being a good member of the community.
We all do stories. We all live in stories. We all tell stories to our friends. And they need to be told. They need to be heard.
So SCRIMSHAW is this really beautiful method of art that's done either on baleen or ivory. And traditionally it was used to tell stories.
Each etching is telling a story of some event. Caribou hunting was taking place. This is what was going on. War began around this time. And so it sort of gives you a timeline of history through etching.
An elder or the person who carved it would literally be able to read the SCRIMSHAW story.
They're like reading a book, in a way.
A lot of the storytelling traditions would be things that after the storytelling was done, we'd just rely on the next person telling it. And so SCRIMSHAW is a very important way for Alaskan Native people to record their history.
Ano kulak pa sili, sunira ka na chokunni. Tabra ni beyak siya kariwalap, ayungit chok. Payagni ulik sa ko.
And here we go. Now we are in the story that is told. Okay. Oh, I spare. I don't like that. Come on, run. Oops. Okay. I think we can get away. Maybe not. Oh man. Oh, that was ice. No, I don't play in co-op mode. Press on the second controller to join as a fox. I don't have a controller. Press to switch to fox in single player mode. Okay. Oh! Oh! Okay. Oh no! Poor ice bear. But ice bears are pretty good swimmers, aren't they? It's gone.
Tokutawayak kisimreomi. Aranap kangapiak tok.
Oh, I love this game so much. You can play either the fox or the girl. I think in general, it is good to play the girl until the weather did not clear up as a blizzard was followed by yet another blizzard. Oh, it's our time again.
Kole ringay chok inyugunun. Terigan niya kakanibyo. Terigan niya tam na alatun ingitchok.
The Arctic fox.
When I was growing up, my grandpa had a pet white fox. If you're a good friend with a fox, when there's danger abound, they try to keep you from getting into trouble. They pull tricks here and there, and foxes are like spoiled little kids in a way. When you let her out, she'd go prancing out in the snow, jumping in the air. I know she was happy then. Come running at me and jump on my chest, knock me backwards, lick my face, and I try not to let it. So that was my memory of my grandpa's pet fox.
Oh man, that is awesome. Yeah, but what I tried to say, I think it's good to play the girl until we find a riddle that we cannot solve. Fox, like that one. Climb the wall, fox. I think there's a rope up there, isn't there? So when I play the fox, she will follow me, and if I play the girl, the fox will follow me too, I think. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, fox. Climb that wall. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's cool. And there we go again. Oh no. The storm is back. What's that? Okay, let's get in there. I think we can wait. Or maybe not. No more storm. Oops. Brace against the wind. Okay. Oh. caribou skin clothing.
Caribou was, it provided for us in many ways.
Our clothing in those days was made of all caribou skin.
I grew up wearing caribou pants, mittens, caribou skin mattress, blankets.
Some people had boots that were made with wolf leggings, sealskin sole bottoms. Baleen was shaved to make insoles. They kept us quite dry and warm as well. But the caribou skin clothing was the best. We would get as many yearlings as we could for our outer clothing. And for a heavy winter, we would get caribou in February or March because the hair was the longest and the skin was the thickest, and we would use those for our winter gear. With that stuff on, you could sleep outside in 50 below and it wouldn't bother you a bit.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Get down. I was too late. Oh, there's eyes. Shall we maybe... Oh. I think I'm going to try with the fox first, because the fox is lighter.
Iveaksiagarualuk kangersingarok. Supayat ikayok takakanevlugut. Allawlunitam natariganniak. Sivuneksip kangaga iveaksiagarualuk. Kanutun pekpaganak tilangit tamatkoa. Ikayok tauruat.
Okay, the fox can guide the spirits. There's another owl. Sia has a soul.
SILA is the weather. It also means the atmosphere. Here's the nuna, or the land. And it's anything from the land into the moon, the sun, the stars. That's SILA.
It's a very spiritual, and we have a relationship with SILA. SILA has a soul in the same way we do as people, in the same way animals do.
I think spirit helpers in and of themselves are really about how we're connected with things. And so it may be that there is a spirit helper that shows themselves as a bird to show you the way home, or it may be a spirit helper that actually decides to show themselves with the face and body of a man instead of their animal form. And so I think one of the things that's hard to understand is that it's not one way of seeing things, it's one way of knowing you're connected to everything.
We've always had that spirituality of everything around us.
It's the interaction you have with the air you breathe, the ocean that you gather resources from, the rivers from which you gather fish, the tundra from which you pick berries, the animals that give themselves. It's all of that.
Okay, the fox can see, I think, things. Ah, there's another spirit. Fox press while climbing wall to jump from wall. A in space. Ah, there we go. Can she come up? She can. Ah, now we can climb higher, I think. Yeah.
Niveaksiaqalualugulo teriganniaqalu ikayuutipiaqtuk. Siqaqaniortimigini. Araa kangeqsinaitsoqunni qanuq pisilaangak. Agalaan tavra atautsikun aingaruk.
So we're home. Let's go back to the girl. Uh-oh, fox. Stay with me. I hope the fox is waterproof. Ooh, wow. Oh, wait. I don't think we can climb that, but maybe fox can crawl. Yeah. And now what? Can we climb that? No. Ah, we can do that. There's another owl and a spirit. Okay, we have a small spirit and a bigger spirit. So if we jump on the small spirit here, there's another spirit. And now I think she can follow, like a staircase. Most probably we have to lead with the fox though. Oh no, okay. Then you go up. And there we go. The trapping trail.
In the winter, when we were traveling, we didn't build sod houses, we built snow houses. In Canada, they call them igloo, but here in Alaska, we call them apuya. We'd do a day of travel, and then we'd make a apuya. The next day, my father would set traps, spend the day there, rest the dogs, give them something to eat, and then the following day, we continued to the next place. We'd go to my dad's sister, who had a house at Dubaruk. They had a small sod house over there. We didn't have to do anything. We just visit with them, and my dad and my sister were glad to see each other, and they'd talk away while us kids played outside or go to sleep. By the time we get back to our home, my father would leave us with our aunt or with my grandmother, and then he'd start on his trips and go check his trap line. We were not into 8 to 5 kind of time, you know. We're in a totally different kind. We're in ecological time.
Yeah, that's such a good way to look at it, being on ecological time and not on time that the clock tells you to be. Okay, there are more spirits and more wind. I think we can get to the spirits only from up there. So most probably I have to... Oh! No, come on. Get up here. Ah, and then it's a staircase again. Okay, you stay here. And we can follow, I think. Will there be wind? I think we're good. Oh, now we have to lead with the fox. Oh, no wind? Most probably, yeah. There. Ah, and she will follow. That's great.
Iveaksiarolu tikitka aimarvini. Agalan maluunaksingamara. Inyokoluk tikingamarok iveaksiarolu piingaan. Ivahalaksimarok sumittaimma. Dikatjakkumanyainyaksuk. Pakit qaangaarnagu ivaktani. Nunaqiq isiwaqtuaganiqsuq. Iñumi tuquttaqtaaganiqsit.
It is said that with each gust of wind, the powdery snow blew in every direction. Whoa, so our village is destroyed.
Iveaksiarolu upperingitka tautuktani. Tautugunaqtuaq sunapayaaq siquminganiqsuq. Iveaksiarolu iñuniaqatingi pisaullaganiqsut. Qanuqimña anuqulaqpallqiñam tainnaqumiñaitka.
So we have no home anymore. We cannot go home. And I don't think we can get into the village at all. Oh no, there it is. No, that's a skeleton in the background, not a hut. Oh, there it is nonetheless.
Tamanga ikumawaqtuamin. Qahraqpam iñua niptaqtuq. Sumalagullaqami niveaksiarulu piitsiningani.
The eye, it follows us. That's awesome. And I think we can continue up there, but we will not do so in this episode. So I think we played through the introduction. We found our way home, but it is gone. And in the next episodes we will find out why and who that man is and how the story will continue. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful and adventurous day, and goodbye.